A Reddit thread from a Colleen Hoover fan group that was written 6 months ago is going viral today because in it, an insider who spoke to somebody who worked on the movie predicted a lot of the stuff that ended up happening. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signore, and thank you guys so much for watching and for sending me this article. A lot of you did. I wanted to react to it this morning because it is pretty fascinating. A lot of the stuff that this person predicted came true because it was written so long ago. So what does that mean? Was this part of Justin's smear campaign where someone was trying to put some stuff out there? Or was this someone who actually worked on the film? Because some of this stuff seems to imply, yeah, they clearly knew what they were talking about. Now, before we get to the Reddit thread, I do need to plug something important, and that's our Instagram account. If you guys are on Instagram, can you do me a favor and go follow at Popcorn Planet? We're going to start putting more content there. In fact, I want to get more active on other platforms because we got so much that we can report on that we can put out quickly as it's breaking, as we're still prepping the main meat of the show here. And I did just that over on Instagram today because, yes, I got in a beef with Blake's brother-in-law, Bart Johnson. We had a tiff back and forth. I never thought I'd start 2025 by getting into a war with Coach Bolton from High School Musical, but I did, and you're not going to miss this reel. It's over there as a way to entice you to go check it out and support, and I hope to post more of these. Let me know if you like these. I hope to get more stories out, more info, and in fact, if you guys are good at that, if somebody out there likes posting this stuff and you're better on Instagram or TikTok than I might be, hit us up. We are looking for some more social media assistance help, potentially bring somebody on to help us who has experience. Hit us up, DM us, try to get in touch with us. Be proactive. Send me something because I want to get more active in there. You guys deserve it. We have so much info we get throughout the day as we're researching our videos. I want to give you a place where you can get also more information quicker, etc. because we can only post so much here on the channel. So thank you. Go give it a follow over on Instagram, Popcorn Planet. There it is. Now, the Reddit thread. Let's get to it. Let's talk this out. Let's break it down. Okay, I know a lot of the inside drama for It Ends With Us, and I just don't know who to share it with, so here we are. I'm obviously using a throwaway, but I know someone who worked on the movie for most of its run who would have gotten those details piping hot, not some grapevine situation. They told me firsthand what they know. I'll give it bullet points. Now, as we go through this, remember, this was written on August 12th, 2024, so this past summer, just as a lot of the drama was starting to happen. Right as, the interview and even we started covering it was about mid-August when it really started hitting it. So this could be part of Justin's team, or is this someone who actually worked on the film? Let's hear what they say, and I want to hear your theories. Tell me down in the comments what you're thinking. Supposedly, Blake felt that Justin made her uncomfortable on set. One instance in particular, they said, was that Justin told Blake she looked sexy in what she was wearing on set. I don't know the context around it, but yes, that proved true. Apparently, Justin wasn't happy with the original editor's cut of the movie, so he hired his own team to do his version of the movie. Blake wanted to do her version of the movie as a result, but Sony said no. Now, that's an interesting new one because I didn't know Justin didn't like his first editors, so they're both sort of competing. This is something I've heard in multiple other sources and people that neither of them are really good at editing this movie, it turns out. And they're going to elaborate on that further. But I do tend to believe this theory too. And I don't think it looks good for Justin. So that's not, why would Justin's team leak out that, they're having trouble with the movie like this? Blake goes to Sony and threatens to go to New York Times with a story that says Justin was SHing her on set if they don't let her have her own version. Now, that's the big drop that everyone's running with. And yeah, could she have threatened them? Is it possible? In some ways, it feels like, yeah, we've seen Justin already allude to that in his stuff. Now, if Sony has sort of proof of that, and Sony knows this, and they still haven't really spoken up and been like, what's going on? Then shame on Sony. Now, at the same time, Sony's probably stuck on like, well, what do we do? She's coming to us with a employee complaint, what have you. We can't just go assume she's lying. And maybe they are waiting to sort of see, well, let's see the evidence. Let's see if you can prove it, Blake. Sony freaked out, though, allegedly, and says, okay, whatever you want. Does sound like something Sony would do. Justin's then banned from the Sony lot, so they picked their side right away, allegedly. I don't think forever, just for the run of the movie, but I could be wrong. Blake hires Taylor Swift's music video editors to do her version while she's filming in Italy for something. Blake has a friends and family screening to get thoughts with a lot of A-listers, Ben Affleck, Bradley Cooper, I think, et cetera, et cetera. Everyone was like, huh? This movie makes no effing sense. Blake realizes she needs to hire an experienced film editor to fix it. Blake uses a Taylor Swift song in the movie that the studio loves having in there. I do believe that. And she was absolutely using that song as a way to get control. We're learning that from Justin's suit, I think, as well. Taylor Swift finds out that the original composer for the movie is someone she worked with in the past that was mean to her. And she says, it's either me or him. Sony fires that composer to keep the Taylor Swift song. That's everything I know. Now, again, this second half's more about the edit, and honestly, it does sound a little believable. The big thing is here that if she really, look, here's what's odd. As I read this, a lot of people are reading this and thinking it's bad one way or the other. I don't see it as clear cut as that. This is kind of a vagueness. Now, that still could be Team Justin trying to muddy the waters. If you're putting out some sort of a campaign to do that, you want to throw random seeds everywhere and just have people get distracted and just go all over the place. And then put Taylor Swift. Let's make it really all about Taylor Swift. So look, there is a version of this thread that I could see maybe was planted by somebody. But there's a lot of stuff in here that's true. So if they're planting the truth, I don't really have an issue with that. Like if this is all the truth, okay, what's wrong with planting the truth? If they're planning something false, I take issue with that, right? So could this have been planted? Maybe, but it sounds pretty damn accurate. So either way, I look at this and I go, oh, this is strange. So, now, interestingly enough, there were some more comments by this user. Now here back, even then, 6 months ago, smells like Blake's team. I think this looks just as bad on Blake, to be honest. Leveraging an SHPR nightmare so you can get your way is gross behavior, regardless of what Justin said. So again, I agree. The first one sort of made it sound like Justin's bad. But even the commenter came in and sort of reiterated, no. She's doubled down. And I think she said it more clearly in this. He, she, motor cow. Cow says clearer, like, no. She was leveraging it. Why would you leverage? If you were SH'd, go call it out, complain, and get him in trouble. Don't just use it to win something. That's messed up, right? I cannot buy the Justin slander. I won't. This sounds like Blake and Ryan damage control. Here's the thing from my perspective. The general vibe I got when I heard it was that some people involved in this feel like Blake was blowing things out of proportion, and that there was more context which could be supported by her trying to use it to threaten Sony with to get what she wants. I think it just looks as bad on Blake, to be honest. So here's the user who's doing it. And so just to be clear, if this was Team Justin planning it, that's weird because the comments are all no, this is slander to Justin. So that's how they took it, which again makes me reaffirm this might be real because it's a perfect sort of blaming both sides, which is usually what the truth is. But now as we're learning, I think there was clearly more to it, that Blake's in the wrong, to be clear. Again, negotiating and using an SH allegation to win an argument, that's about as deplorable as it gets. Justin may have said some dumb things, whatever. Nothing that's in the lawsuit even pales in comparison to over-exaggerating and faking potentially an SH claim to take control of a movie. That's as villainous as it gets. So then the movie, is the movie her own cut? Sounds like she's a nightmare to work with, which if it did, fat shame on her. Or tell her she was sexy. Also, none of these things explain why Cass and Liz Plank don't talk to him now because they want to be in the second movie and stay Blake's friend and blah, blah, blah. Motor Cow said, why can't it be both? Also, she does sound like a nightmare. I don't know the percentage of whose cut is what, but they hired another very famous editor who is not credited to fix the problems they were in her cut. So it's definitely not just hers. At the very least, Sony had stepped in to fix a lot. I don't know how much of Justin's made it through, though. And then finally, Justin's innocent until proven guilty. Source, trust me, bro. What would I have seen Justin's character and the way he has gone about promoting the gravity of DV? I have doubts that he would demean Blake in such a manner. Well, we know now she was using that word too. What's wrong with that? If that look makes you look sexy, I don't think that's SH personally. I don't. If you're a director and you're talking about wardrobe and Blake can use the word, Justin's allowed to say the word. Now, again, there's context matters, but in the way that it seems, it doesn't sound like it was really. It does sound like she's over exaggerating. But Motor Cow ends with this. You can believe what you want, but this is what happened. So what do you think about this theory? Do you think Blake was threatening Sony to give me control or else I will go make this a whole S show and make this all about the SH claims? Because if so, yikes. And was Taylor Swift sort of being petty and more involved than she's claiming? These are some interesting theories. We're going to hammer them out here on YouTube, but also on our Instagram. So like I said, if you haven't already, head on over to Instagram at Popcorned Planet. It's popcorn with an ED. Don't forget Popcorned Planet on Instagram. I'd love to see you guys over there. Give it a follow. Watch today's reel. You're going to want to hear this beef with Coach Bolton. It's pretty fun. And if you haven't subscribed here to YouTube, make sure you do. Hit that subscribe, hit the bell for all alerts. We're going to be live later today in a couple hours, so make sure you check back. Appreciate all you guys so much for watching. We got so much more coming your way, so stay tuned.